When narcissists ghost you, it's because they want to have power over your emotions. They ghost you. First of all, they're ghosting you because they're up to no good. They're ghosting you because they want to be with the other person and they want you out of their life. They had to ghost you because whatever they were setting up with the new source of supply, they needed to make sure that you were out of the way so that that situation wouldn't fall apart. Hey, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kira. This is Psychopath Exposure. Today's your lucky day because I'm going to be reading off a question that came in from Barb. I'm going to read it off my phone. So Barb goes, "Thank you for your kind email with valuable information. I have a question. When my fiance has left me again and is giving me the silent treatment for 1 or 2 months again, ignoring my every text, email, call, get the odd text to say he loves me, but he can't do the falling out. I don't fall out with him. He gets angry and it's my fault for asking him where he's been. He gets too agitated. He froths and spits with rage. I sit there calmly only to be told I look and talk sarcastic or evil, pathetic, manipulative. I'm twisting things and I'm having a go at him for pointing out I don't like to be called names and shouted out. I've never sworn or called him one name. I daren't. Anyway, he's gone again. 5 weeks, ignoring me. I've now blocked him on mobile, WhatsApp, and email. I expect a pop-up visit out of the blue, perhaps months ahead, as he won't like it that I've blocked him. Another rage. Question: if I'm blocking him, aren't I being a psychopath narcissist by giving him the silent treatment back? It makes me feel bad. It makes me feel a bad person doing it. I love him so much. It's my own fault he can't contact me. It's my own fault he can't contact me now. It's my own fault that he can't contact me now. Remember that. I need to break the cycle as it's made me ill, full of anxiety and lack of confidence and joy, unable to hold down a job, terrible flights, instinct to stay safe. When I asked him for a goodnight kiss, he said I was a nuisance and gave him one quick peck kiss, no talk or touch. He drinks, blah, 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 blah. You know, the horror story continues from here on. The question concludes, so am I a bad person to block him? Aren't I just doing the same thing he's doing to me? That's not nice." Thanks for sending that in, Barb. I get hundreds of these a week. Same story, only names and faces have changed. You know what? I also, for a long time, used to question myself. Oh, am I being a psychopath now? Am I being a narcissist for going no contact? Remember, I asked you guys to remember that. It's my own fault that the narcissist cannot contact me now. Why don't we put the blame where the blame belongs? Okay, the reason the narcissist cannot contact you now is not because you blocked him. It's because he psychologically abused you and did all the horrible things that psychopath narcissists do to their partner. It is their fault, not yours. You finally took action. You finally put yourself first. And now he can't contact you. He can't contact you now. No, it's not that it's your fault. You are responsible. Okay? You are responsible for him not being able to contact you now. You have to spin the words the same way the narcissist spins words and they're able to gaslight and twist things in their favor. You have to be on your side, not their side. Your side. Your side. Why do I keep squeaking? It reminds me of that episode of Ross when he's like, "I'm fine." If you've seen Friends, you know what I'm talking about. And now I lost my train of thought. Thank you, Friends. Okay, back on topic. So you have to start putting yourself first and not look at things like for example, you're taking a stand for this situation. You understand? You're creating boundaries. So you don't communicate this situation as, oh, now it's my fault that they can't hoover me anymore. It's my fault that they can't reach me and abuse me anymore. It's my fault that they can't ruin my life anymore. It's my fault that they can't cheat on me anymore. It's my fault that they can't make me miserable and give me anxiety and panic attacks anymore, right? No, it's not fault. Fault is not the right word here. Fault is not the right word here. That doesn't make you a narcissist. Going no contact, blocking an abusive, a manipulator, an evildoer like that, like you described. I didn't read the full email because it was very, very long, but you guys know how that horror story goes. You guys know exactly how that goes. So you're putting yourself first, you're creating boundaries, you're building a barrier, right? To keep these predators out of your life. And now you're going to blame yourself because they can't come back and hoover you and mess you up even more? No, fault is not the right word. That doesn't make you a narcissist. Establishing healthy boundaries does not make you a narcissist. You know what makes you a narcissist? Bulldozing over people's boundaries. That's what makes you a narcissist. Not having respect for other people's boundaries makes you a narcissist. When you tell your partner, hey, are you cheating on me? Bluntly, just like that. Who's that person you keep texting? And they gaslight you? And they tell you that it's just a friend? Or that they're just helping them through a tough situation, but nothing's going on. They're not sleeping with anyone on the side. And then they do it anyway because they're full of shit. That's a narcissist. Establishing boundaries and keeping people like that out of your life is not something narcissists do. When narcissists ghost you, it's because they want to have power over your emotions. They ghost you. First of all, they're ghosting you because they're up to no good. They're ghosting you because they want to be with the other person and they want you out of their life. They had to ghost you because whatever they were setting up with a new source of supply, they needed to make sure that you were out of the way so that that situation wouldn't fall apart. They ghosted you because they decided to call the other supply again and try to extract money or whatever financial needs they needed to secure their meal ticket or whatever it is that they were trying to get while you stayed home looking at your phone, waiting for them to call you back to return your texts, suffering, full of anxiety, having panic attacks as the hours would go by, and you're wondering, are they really ghosting me again? Are they actually cheating? Are they back with that? Are they seeing the new supply again? What if they're dead? What if something bad happened to them? Oh my God. You know, you have that cognitive dissonance. That's what a narcissist does to you. So you establishing boundaries and going no contact because you're sick of that shit? No, that doesn't make you a narcissist. That makes you a strong person. That makes you someone that's starting to rebuild their self-esteem, their self-worth. That shows that you have love for yourself. And I appreciate the self-awareness that you're looking at that situation like, oh my God, like now I'm doing the same thing back to them. Look, I know exactly what you're talking about. And believe me, I get it. I get it. This is what happens to a lot of survivors from narcissistic abuse. In our weakest moments, after we've established no contact and the weeks start going by, you have those moments of weakness where you're looking back at the past through rose-colored glasses, where your brain is selectively focusing on the good times. Your RAS, your reticular activation system, is selectively focusing on those moments where for some reason you feel bad that you're going no contact. You remember the good things that they did when they actually showed a human side to them. When it seemed like they were loyal to you. When it seemed that they were excited to see you and their eyes were always like bright with excitement. When they were coming over, you would call them to make plans and you could feel their energy coming through those text messages. They were so happy to make plans with you all the time. You remember those moments. And you think to yourself, God, how could I be so cruel to block this person? Now this person's probably trying to reach out to apologize. They probably feel bad. And now I'm blocking them. Now they probably hate me. Now they probably think I'm a jerk. It's my fault. And then you go and you reach out and you get punched in the mouth again when you realize that all these idealizations and delusions that you were making up and creating, all these narratives you're creating in your head, were false. The narcissist has already moved on. They're already hooking up with someone else. They're already in a relationship with someone else. And they see you as pathetic, weak. They have no respect for you, especially if you're begging. If you're begging for an apology, if you're begging for closure, if you're begging for answers, you're just putting them in a pedestal. You know, it's human nature to feel that way. Needy energy tends to push people away, and by default, it makes the other person just feel higher status than you. When you're being needy, you're automatically giving away your power, and the other person just feels like they're higher status, and you're no longer a priority because they feel that they can. Hey, they have you wrapped around their finger, right? They can get you whenever you want. They can get you whenever they want. So needy energy is toxic in and of itself in a different way, but it is. It's low vibration energy. So if you get needy like that and you start blaming yourself for setting a healthy boundary, that's being needy. That's being weak. And it's not that the narcissist has weakened you. At this point, this is something you have to work on. This is your internal game that you have to work on, right? These are your things. This is your codependency. You have to give yourself more credit. You're actually doing a good thing. And it's not supposed to feel good. Guys, when I tell everyone here, you got to go no contact, and you have to block them here and block them there and block the email and block the text and block the Facebook, the Instagram, and do all that stuff, change your locks even. Nowhere in that ebook that I give away, which by the way you should download if you haven't already gotten it, but nowhere in that ebook do I say, and it's going to feel great and you're going to be happy doing it. No. More than half the time, you can't muster the strength to drag your finger to the block button on your phone. It's like your finger gets really heavy. It's not supposed to feel good. It's going to feel good long term. After you've healed from this trauma, then you're going to be happy. Your future self is thanking you already. That's when you're going to feel good. Right now it sucks. But you know what sucks even more? Keeping them around your life and continuing accepting unacceptable behavior and being tortured. That's what feels worse. But you don't know it because you're stuck in that trauma bond. And when you're stuck in a trauma bond, it feels worse not to have this person, not to have any contact with this person, than at least having them in your house treating you like garbage. That's what the trauma bond does to us. But when you're not trauma bonded anymore, and you've broken out of that, and you're coming out of this on the other side, and you start meeting new people, and you start rebuilding your social circle, you start rebuilding your life, you start rebuilding your hopes and dreams, just start opening up, like the world starts opening up for you. Your whole blank canvas that's ready for the taking. At that moment, you're not going to be thinking much about the narcissist, much less the fact that you blocked them. But the fact that you've blocked them lets you sleep better at night because you don't have to worry about getting an unexpected text. Can I say that right? An unexpected text. You know how when someone texts you and you hear that ringtone, and at the beginning it just reminds you of your ex, especially if you had a selective ringtone for your ex and you didn't change it, something like that. It's like, uh-oh, could that be them? But if you have them blocked, you know it can't be them So it's kind of like you don't get that anxiety that you would get before. So it's a blessing. When you get an email notification, you know it's not them, unless they emailed you from another account, and you have no power over that. If that happens, you're just going to have to not read it. But curiosity killed the cat, right? How far are you willing to go to protect your mental health? That's really what you got to ask yourself. So no, Barb, sorry, you're not a psychopath narcissist because you blocked them. No, sorry, Barb, you're not a psychopath narcissist because you're going no contact. Nope, sorry, Barb, you're not a psychopath narcissist because you're giving them the silent treatment back. Sorry. And let me tell you about that silent treatment. For the narcissist, when they go on that silent treatment, it's because they're expecting you to contact them. They're creating that distance, and they're creating this energy that they know that the longer they go in that silent treatment, you're going to just break. You're not going to be able to resist it. They can't resist it because they're dead inside. But people like you and me, when we're going on that silent treatment, you feel that tension. I remember coming home one evening a long, long time ago. And I don't know, I don't remember exactly what happened, but I remember my psychopath ex just went into the living room, and I kept eating dinner. Like, I guess she finished early, and I just kept eating, and I stayed there, and she went to the living room, and kind of like 2 hours passed, and nobody said a word to each other, but there was this tension that I could notice because I'm very intuitive, and I could feel it. It wasn't like a calming, soothing silence where you both can be in the same room and not say anything, but it feels good. No, it was very uncomfortable. I felt it, and I finally said something, and it's like a fight broke out the minute I opened my mouth. There was definitely a problem. And she was definitely giving me the silent treatment because she got narcissistically injured somehow, some way, by something that I must have said that normal people probably say over dinner. God knows what the hell it was, I don't remember, but that was what she did. Rather than having a conversation and discuss it, hey, what did you mean when you said that? Or just engage back, because healthy conflict is cool. That's a good dynamic to have in a relationship. She chose to shut down, silent treatment, like, I'm gonna punish you now. Now I'm not gonna talk to you for the rest of the night, and you don't even know what you did wrong. That's a manipulative tactic to get the victim to placate and succumb to them. It's a power move, okay? But you're not doing it as a power move. You're doing it like, oh, okay, you know what? I'm sick of this shit. You're not going to talk to me? You're going to ghost me? Well, you know what? Here's a taste of your own medicine. I'm done with this. Go deal with it on your own. I'm out. You're not doing it hoping that he's going to cry and come back and apologize. You're kind of doing it like, hey, you're going to hit me in the face. I'm going to hit you back in the face, and we're going to call it a day. It doesn't make you a narcissist. It makes you a strong human being. How does that feel? Does it feel uncomfortable? I bet it does. I bet it does. I bet it feels more comfortable being a victim, doesn't it? Because you've been conditioned. Stockholm Syndrome, trauma bond. You've been conditioned to feel that way. That's your comfort zone. So now that you're stepping out of the comfort zone and you're doing something admirable for yourself, it feels weird. And you think, oh man, maybe I'm the bad guy. Be careful. Be careful. Don't get it twisted. There I go squeaking again. Don't get it twisted. That's how these predators get you. That's how they get you. So thanks for submitting that in. If you guys have any more questions, I don't care how crazy or bizarre they are, shoot me an email. I do have a long queue. I like to answer the ones that are the most relevant at the time and the most popular based on how often I get similar questions. Keep doing what you're doing, Barb. Keep doing what you're doing. You'll be out of this before you know it. If you guys would like to work directly with me, I do offer private one-on-one coaching sessions where we dive real deep to the root of this problem and get you taking action so you can get the hell out of Dodge. Because this thing, if you don't work on this, nothing's going to change. The only thing that might change is your suffering. It's going to go from bad to worse to horrible. That's going to be the change. So feel free to reach out. Send me an email privately at info@psychopathexposure.com. Brief me on what your situation is, and I'll get back to you with details on how we can set up some consultations, some private sessions, so we can get you out of this situation as fast as we can. Thanks for continuing to support the channels. I really love the engagement that we're getting in the comments section. There's so many elevated souls that are sharing their strength and hope and their wisdom, because you do gain wisdom when you come out of this situation. This is really an incredible story and an incredible experience. You just have to reframe it that way. All right? I love you guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, then click that bell icon so that you won't miss another video. I hope to see you guys in the future. Till next time, my name is Kira. This is Psychopath Exposure. Have a wonderful day.